Now, moving on to other stories, police officers earlier today denied workers access to their offices located within the building housing energy and infrastructure firm, Nestoil, in Lagos State. This development follows last week's order of the Court of Appeal, Lagos Division, which reinstated a consortium of Nigerian lenders to take possession of the complex. Kemi Foladeyemo has the story.
On November 27, Justice Yegapta Nimpa of the Court of Appeal in Lagos temporarily restrained Nestoil Limited, Nekonde Energy Limited, and two others from interfering with the duties of the receiver manager appointed over their assets. As a result of the appellate court's decision, the complex was placed under lock and key. Heavily armed police officers were deployed to enforce the court order, mounting barricades and restricting entry into the complex. For even staff of other tenant firms, a police officer also harassed some journalists, including TVC News cameraman. The affected workers had resumed duties following a court order delivered by Justice Rita Ofili Ajumogobia of the Federal High Court, Abuja, in a suit brought by the property owner, Drocock Estate Limited, against the Nigeria Police Force and the Inspector General of Police. The court restrained the respondents from interfering with or violating the applicant's rights to ownership and possession of the properties.
I was advised that the belief of the court had to paste the order we obtained yesterday at the Federal High Court, Abuja, to serve it and paste it on the premises. So we have two beliefs from the Federal High Court who came to serve the order by pasting on the premises. But apparently the police has prevented them from doing so.
With this kind of multiplicity of court orders and in some cases Superior Court jumping into arena of matters that the Court of First Instance has seized with, it's reduces the confidence that people have, and the tendency for people to want to resort to self-help will be very, very patent.
We had gotten the order about a week ago or a week and a half ago, and we had access the whole of last week. As you can see, this building has 15 floors. Nestoil does not even use half of the building, okay? But I mean, there was scuffles this morning. They wouldn't let us in. The police threatened, us and them that they're going to tear gas the staff. You're talking about tear gassing us in suit and tie. Are we the bandits?
Meanwhile, a source from the office of the receiver manager says any persons or companies not affiliated with Nestoil or Nekonde Energy should present such information, upon which access would immediately be granted to them. It says because the entire building is branded Nestoil, it couldn't be aware of the presence of other companies in the building unless they identify themselves.
All right, TVC News, Kemi Foladeyemo joins me on the news from the States. Kemi, let's start very simple, but this matter actually looks like a maze of court orders. Talk about Federal High Court, Court of Appeal, receivership disputes. Can you help us understand the sequence that led us here?
Hello, Ibrahim. So, there's been a flurry of activities emanating from the courts. What started out as a dispute regarding loan, absolutely, that's what it means, regarding loans from Nestoil and its sister firm, that's Nekonde, the lenders, the consortium of lenders going to court to ask for the court to seize possession or to take possession from Nestoil regarding the building in question. But that has, of course, snowballed into a bigger dispute than what was envisaged at the beginning. And that was what played out yesterday. Yes, there is now a Superior Court ruling that the receiver can take over the possession of the headquarters, the building that houses the headquarters of Nestoil and its sister firm. But what he didn't factor was that there are other buildings or there are other companies who are using that same building. And for the receiver has said he couldn't have factored those other firms because from the outside of the building, all you see is the billboard or the name of Nestoil company alone. So he couldn't have known that there were other companies who are there. And from what we heard in the sound bites played in the report, there's a 15-floor building in question that is now under the control of the receiver. But there are several other companies beyond Nestoil that use that building, that same 15-story building. So it remains to be seen what will happen, because the matter is still in court. The Court of Appeal will resume hearing the case tomorrow. The initial order that was granted last week was an interim order, meaning only one side was heard. But tomorrow now we envisage that it's going to be a bigger house, more parties will come in to express their interest, and the court will have to take a stand whether to retain the order it gave the receiver, or whether to, it depends. It depends really. No one can preempt the court right now, but it's a dispute, a $2 billion dispute, and we wait to see just what will happen in and perhaps outside the courts, Ibrahim.
Absolutely. It's only a matter of time. Help us keep close tab on these to see what actually pans out at the end of the day. Thank you very much, Kemi Foladiemo. Thank you. Well, that's about it for on news from the States. Quite interesting developments there. Talk about from what government is doing in Gombe to the presentation of budget in Enugu, which I mentioned, because of how the government is going to fund it. The devil is in the detail. What exactly is going to pan out at the end of the day to what Kemi just, fed us on.
Yeah, so for the one, with the budget, I think that a lot of states are now presenting their budget. We've seen a lot of budget presentation. Yeah. It's one thing to present it, another thing to implement. What we want to see is implementation. And that is an implementation that actually, that trickles to the grassroots.
That's right.
And that people are empowered in the process. They are not abandoned projects, left hanging. And those are the things that really matter beyond the size of the budget.
It's a season of budget presentation, but then altogether, we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Right.